This week in gaming and tech news, we have an MMO director suing his own game. We have AI fighting with Hollywood and Disney. When is AI not fighting with someone, man? It's causing so much chaos. We'll be talking about that. Discord experimenting with the UK, and you can now rent a PlayStation? Are we going to own anything anymore? Let's break it down. Last week I mentioned TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube being in a lawsuit to do with the addictions of their platforms. This week Mark Zuckererg has been subpoenaed and took the stand in court, with the situation being a Californian woman is suing Meta and YouTube, claiming the heavy use of the platforms like Instagram, claiming that heavy use of the platforms is what made her depressed. And this is the first case of its kind to reach a jury, with Zuckererg reaching the stand for hours defending his company. Zuckererg denied that Instagram was engineered to addict young people, or that Meta intentionally built features to keep the users engaged with their platforms. He also pushed back on criticism about comments made with screen time goals, with how much he wants the users to be on that platform. With him claiming that screen time is no longer a metric looked at for a goal of Facebook or Instagram. Instead, it's focusing on value and utility for the user. He was also confronted with evidence about targeting teens and age verification issues. Zuckererg addressed saying those issues are difficult to implement, and some users simply lie about their age. But the Meta isn't disputing that the woman experienced mental health issues, but argues that those stem more from her personal life than the social media itself. But yeah, this trial is to be watched closely. It could bring some positive in social media regulations. We'll see how it develops. I'll keep you up to date. Next, another lawsuit, Astros of Creation. I mentioned this story a couple of weeks ago, with Stephen Sheriff, the creative director, is suing Intrepid Studios' own board, with Sheriff claiming that the group of board members engineered and executed a plan to strip Intrepid of its assets and transfer those assets. The suit also claims it was done to leave the company with unpaid debts and collapse the company itself, with even the potential to sell source code and trade secrets, with Sheriff claiming he objected to these moves, alerting senior secured creditor to the alleged screed. The claim also saying that abruptly and wrongfully terminated nearly Intrepid's entire workforce part of this suit. His claim is that trade secrets have value and control over them, and the IP represents the value. So we'll see how this lawsuit develops. It's a very sticky situation, lots of layoffs, and it's very sad to see in the gaming scene. But it does seem that there is something quite dodgy going on. Next. Also in news, Discord is apparently using its UK users in an experiment. Recently, Discord implemented the age verification software. If you haven't done it, your account will be assumed to be a teenager. But if you're a UK user, Discord may be using you as an experiment, as originally Discord were claiming that your Face ID or your ID would never leave your device. But now, if you're a UK user, Discord's saying if you're located in the UK, you may be part of an experiment where your information will be processed by an age assurance vendor, Persona. This information you submit will be temporarily stored up for up to 7 days and then deleted. All details are blood except your photo and date of birth. But hey, how much are we really trusting this? And I am a UK user, so it is a bit concerning that this is against me and that this information is leaving my device. I feel like this is just going to be an excuse for them to do it everywhere. Usually they do it one place and then see all the backlash, and then they might implement it in other places as well. But I guess that is the internet now, and you can limit it, but it's very difficult to prevent. Next. In other news, another AI story you could have guessed. A new AI model developed by the Chinese company behind TikTok rocked Hollywood this week because of what this model can produce. Seeds Dance 2.0 can generate cinema quality video complete with sound effects and dialogue just with a few prompts. It was released in June 2025, but the second version came out 8 months later. It's like other AI tools like Midjourney and OpenAI's Sora. It can create videos from just short text prompts. It is scary to see AI becoming more and more used in the creative scene, and it's just going to be producing more and more slop. If the models are getting better and better, it's going to create a lot of layoffs. This is even what people want, more and more AI. People need the ability to do something, and if AI does everything for us, we're just going to be doing nothing, not thinking. We're just going to be getting dumber and dumber. What can we, as AI is already out there, you can't really hide it now. Improving, yes, every country wants to have the best AI, and that's how it's just going. Next. More AI news is that Meta plans to add facial recognition technology to its smart glasses. 5 years ago, Facebook did shut down the face recognition system, tagging people in their social networks if you saw them with your Ray-Ban Meta glasses. The feature internally called name tag, which would let wearers of the smart glasses identify people and get information about them via Meta's artificial intelligence assistant. Basically, Iron Man's glasses, man. I mean, as a kid, I always thought they were cool, but just knowing, wait, I know your name, I know your date of birth before you even talking to people. Man, people are just not even going to need to talk to anyone now. I feel sorry, man, for everyone. Gonna all be really lonely. There's no point of getting to know someone if you already know everything about them before. What do you guys think of this feature? Personally, I don't really see a use case of it. But even in more AI news, Unity boss claims the next engine update, well, that the users prompt full casual games into existence just by using natural language. So this is again like Google Genie, and people have been complaining. I recently just saw this photo on The Verge of someone using Genie to make a Mario-like game, and it doesn't look the best. I feel like a good thing for video game development is AI is going to really struggle to make full-fledged games. It's good for concepts. That's all I can really see used for. But people still think that this is the next thing, and I honestly don't see it. Do you guys like the idea of being able to just prompt a video game into existence? I feel like it just loses all that creativity, that you lose what makes a video game special. When I play Red Dead, I play it for the story. It gets me emotionally involved, and I feel like AI can't really capture that. But hey, if I'm eventually crying over an AI slop game, I guess we're all screwed. Next, finally a story that isn't involving AI. In the UK, you can now rent a PlayStation on the platform called Raylo. Personally, I actually have never heard of it. Starting at £9.95 per month, you can rent a PlayStation with no option to actually own it. You're just constantly paying that month. You have to sign up for a 36-month contract. You can also get extra controllers to VR headsets. So even when the contract expires, you do not own the PlayStation. Personally, I do not know who this is really for. I guess maybe if you just don't want to worry about upgrading, I guess if you can just keep paying for the next subscription, you're always guaranteed the new console. You're going to be paying more. And in a world where we're not owning anything, can we please own our hardware? I honestly just completely hate tools like Klarna, where you have to split your payment over for like a Taco Bell. If you can't afford a Taco Bell in one payment, I don't think you should personally be paying for it. But I know PlayStations are a bit different to Taco Bell. They are a lot more expensive. So if this can help you, or if you're maybe sharing the PlayStation, this could be good. But personally, I just don't like paying for my hardware over subscriptions. But it's only limited to the UK at the moment. But maybe they might bring this scheme to other markets depending on how it does. Would you guys want to have your PlayStation on subscription? So you have your games on subscription, you have your controllers on subscription, and now you have your console, man. Are we going to own anything? It's actually scary that anything could just be taken away from us and then we're just left with nothing. Hey, I feel like there's not really been any positive news recently. Next, I saw this week that Highguard's been funded by Tencent, which does actually make a lot of sense for an indie developer studio, how they would get their money from such a big team, and you can understand that and it does make sense. But it was kind of hidden. I didn't know that Tencent were involved, but I guess Tencent are like involved in any company, so you probably could have guessed. But now that the funding's over, that's probably the main reason to all these layoffs. They funded it to release, and then they could see that the game isn't making any money. It's always sad to see layoffs happening, but hopefully we can get more and more good games, and then this allows for people to keep their jobs. Next, ChatGPT have killed the model ChatGPT 4.0 with angry users creating the hashtag Keep4.0 campaign to restore it, as ChatGPT 5 has taken over. OpenAI have disabled ChatGPT 4.0 And a lot of users are feeling emotionally and upset about the Switch. This is what happens when people are so invested with their own AI models. Once an update comes out, that personality of that model completely switches based on what that model was trained on. And now it feels like you're talking to a completely different person. It is difficult to, when you're invested in that model, that you feel like it understands you, and then you're kind of losing that. So building those relationships with these AI models is very scary, and in a world that's getting even more lonely, you can see what a simple AI model update does. And I'm worried about the future when your friends basically can be changed by one update. Time for the quick fire rounds, let's get into it. Siege have announced the new season, with Snake officially going to be the new operator. I'm so hyped for that. I've had a break from Siege, but I'm looking to get back into it. You can use your Virtual Boy headset to play Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild and Smash Bros with the new Switch 2 accessory. Kingdom Come Deliverance got a new performance update and optimization, so if you want to go back to that game, it has a performance update. It's a really good game. And so it's good to see old games getting those performance updates. Etsy sells Depop to eBay for 1.2 billion. Meta's planning on releasing a smartwatch later this year. Apple's planning on releasing their own AI glasses this year. Looking to see that's going to be the next thing. Skyrim also got a performance update on the Switch 2, as that game was running really badly on launch. Battlefield Season 2 is coming out. High on Life 2 came out this month and got a Metacritic score of 72. I haven't had the chance to play it yet. I really enjoyed the first one. This game I was actually quite hyped for, and I just wanted to see how it did. OpenClaw founders joining OpenAI's team, helping them work on their own AI agents. We'll see what gets developed with that. TNT Games revisited Lego Batman's PC requirements, changing the maximum RAM from 32 to 16 as the bare minimum. A Lego game requiring 32 gigabytes. RAM's so expensive now. What are we gonna do, man, just to play a Lego game? There's some PS6 news, man. It feels like just last year that the PS5 came out, but there's rumors that the PlayStation 6 won't come out till 2028 or even 2029. It's already been 5 years of this gen, and it's gone really fast. And been quite lackluster in my opinion, but hey, with the RAM shortages, I don't think we're going to get much hardware coming out this year. Xbox Ally X price increases, man. Xbox are just increasing all their hardware. Guess what? Microsoft is in the news again, with even more issues with Copilot exposing confidential emails. And finally, PlayStation have shut down Bluepoint Games' studio. They developed some of the remakes for Shadow of Colossus and Demon's Souls. They also assisted on Metal Gear Solid HD Collection and God of War Ragnarok. So it's never good to see studios closing down. But there's, yeah, Sony, I guess just... My next video, I want to have some more positive news. I feel really bad ending on that negative. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like and turn on notifications to keep up to date with the latest gaming tech news. And I'll see you in the next one.